Welcome back, everyone, to BBB Sharing. I'm Evie, Director of Ignite, sparked by BBB. And with me today, not only do we have our President and CEO, Barry Moore, in the podcast studio at Ignite, we also have a very special guest, the winner of our Facebook contest.
Yeah. I'm gonna go crazy before he uses his name.
Yes,
Come on.
Matthew Boone won the contest that we posted on Facebook, and it was to take a picture of an accredited business that was using their BBB seal on, I think, was it a truck or a building?
It was called Air Right. It was on a van.
Right.
Yeah.
On a
And
van.
since then, Matt, I've seen Air Right. I never see them on the road. A big company. I see them over the years. I've seen 3 other vehicles since you posted. So
Oh.
it brought my attention to it. It's amazing what marketing and
Yeah.
advertising do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
proven it works.
Yeah.
And it really helps our accredited businesses too, and that's part of the reason why we did it. So thank you for participating in that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Definitely great to see those guys get that, show they showcasing they are accredited
Yeah.
business. So, shows they have trust in the community.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about you. What do you do? Where are you from?
Oh, so I'm actually from Hampton Roads area, from Suffolk. Grew up in the suburbs with a cornfield in the back, so a little country, and a little taste and love for the city. So I come from I went to Norfolk State, graduated Norfolk State, 2019, majored in fine arts, graphic design with a minor in mass communications. So I've been in different fields. I've done architecture design. I was thrown in the fire with the Lions Den. Actually, my first job as an intern, doing government contracting. Yeah, with C2 Technologies, really great people there, great company. And then move forward, I got more heavy into the marketing side of things as aside from the graphic design. A funny story, actually. I went to that internship, throwing the Lions Den, right? I was like, hey, we also need you to do some programming because we don't have any programmers. So I was like, okay, the only software I was always what you guys know what I do is Photoshop. So I mean, I'm still learning Illustrator, still learning After Effects. So I guess HTML wants to be so hard, right? So I started taking it upon myself to learn that a little bit on what I like to call YouTube University.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's usually how internships work. They
Yeah.
kind of just throw whatever they can on you and hope you teach yourself how to do it.
That's pretty cool.
Just fast growing tech where we're in, right? It's you gotta be adaptable. You gotta learn things on the fly. I mean, I have a learning disability myself, a little bit more about me, and ADHD. I'm on the autism spectrum, and I feel like it's a spectrum I'm on. If I don't want to speak too much as if I'm a doctor or anything, but it kind of makes it feel like I pick up stuff a little bit fast, and I kind of utilize that over the course of my young career so far, and just trying to learn different things and do what I can just to help others,
Yeah.
because that's where my passion for everything I do comes from. Just want to help others.
So you're self-employed now? You have your own company or you still work with somebody else?
So right now I'm self-employed, with MG Studios LLC. We're a creative marketing agency. We've been blessed over the years to actually work with a lot of top organizations like Pepsi, Verizon, Truist, Hampton Roads Chamber.
Great.
And we've just been spreading out more the past couple of years to small businesses in the area to try to fill in those gaps on those needs that they need, like website design, some in-store marketing materials, and just trying, and then events. Events has been my favorite the past couple of years, and we've been growing rapidly with that ever since I actually used to work at the Hampton Roads Chamber as well. So that's where I got a lot of the event experience, of course, back to back to back to back events.
Sure. And being a young guy on the payroll, you probably you did all the legwork, I bet.
Oh
I
yeah.
was setting up, and I did it myself over the years.
Very
Plenty of
sweet
concerts.
experience.
Yeah, so I understand what it's like, concerts and everything. And so you worked with fantastic guy, Claudel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Claudel actually used to be a baseball coach.
Really? You
yeah.
really know him.
Yeah.
So he's the CEO at the Better Business Bureau at Hampton Roads. So anybody listening, that's we're not competitors. We're all in the same system. We have areas of territory.
Yeah.
And Claudel is a sharp business guy. And it was a win for the BBB to get him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what other questions you got for Matt?
Yeah.
I want
Don't let him off the hook.
What do you think of Ignite? Like you posted on BBB. What do you know about the BBB?
So I've been learning a lot more about the BBB, but I do know you can find trust when you go to those, go online and search those business. If you have any questions, you just want to make sure, like, okay, I think these reviews kind of bot, this is a really high AI world we live in. There's all these bots. I'm like, okay, let me check these reviews real quick. Let me see what the rating is. So I try to go up there time to time to make sure if I'm going to go to a certain business that they have good, engagement with their customers and good internal communications, which is very important to me as well, no matter where I go. And when I try to help others with, trying to gain sponsorships for events, I'm like, hey, this company is doing a lot, and they have a really good, go search them if you want to do a Google search. And then also check on the BBB. Just make sure they have all the ducks in line. Just make sure everything's set.
In doing what you do, I'd like to teach you one thing and share some information as you've done with us. So when you're looking for a business to go to work with, right, for profit, before I took a contract for anybody, I would go to bbb.org, look them up, and I would try to only get clients that are accredited businesses. If they're not accredited, I would encourage them to become accredited. Is that your job? Well, yeah, you want your product, you're a marketing guy. You want it to work. And include our seal. A lot of the businesses in Central Virginia do not use a seal. That's a 113-year-old organization. We're a nonprofit, not a government agency. We are the best offense for consumers. We are not a defense, although people believe that about us.
We say Patrick Mahomes or Brady?
Yeah, correct. I would say Mahomes. Yeah.
There you go.
I'll pick the winner right now, right? Maybe a third Super Bowl. I'm not a Kansas City fan, but I am with him, right? But the point being, like, you want to teach your clients, get accredited, use it because it cuts through all the clutter. You're trying to be creative. Get that gotcha moment. The gotcha moment is the name of the company. $199 down delivers. That doesn't mean anything anymore. But the BBB seal, start with trust, integrity, respect, makes a difference. On the nonprofit, you like doing events, go to give.org, be careful. Everybody out there, we encourage people. Give.org is the other side of BBB for nonprofits. If they're not accredited with give.org, I would not just run, I would run fast. Because you can look at 990, you can see a lot of these nonprofits, there's 8,000 or 9,000 in our state.
There's about 9,000 nonprofits in Virginia alone.
And 125 are accredited
wow.
Or right. And you have to prove financial and everything. You can't take out more than you make. And what a lot of these nonprofits are set up, they're scams. They're set up to be fundraising machines for the executive director.
Right. And I think one of the challenges I think this region is facing is the collaboration piece. Now we've been doing a great job, I feel, since I would say a little bit the first couple of years after COVID, 21, 22. I think 23 has kind of brought a lot more competition, as if, everybody has to work, compete with each other in order to gain the upper hand, when you don't realize when you work together, you start to gain more traction, you create organic engagement, and then you can also, and just continue to grow your business in many ways than you thought.
Yeah, instead of creating a solution to a problem, they begin to dilute the market.
Yeah,
right.
And then people don't know, like, oh, I want to, donate here, I want to donate there. And we recently learned at one of our Spark conversations that give.org came and spoke to is that it's actually 94% of donations come from
88%.
88%.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Come from just like people like you and me that give $20 here,
Mom and
$50
dad.
there, like and not big corporations, because corporations, they've pulled back from donating.
I think that needs to be studied a little bit, because it wasn't even like all the collaborations and networks I've obtained over the years. It was a little bit challenging trying to attain a sponsorship, and for some of the events I do, for one of the Battle for the Real Big State. Gratefully, we obtained, I believe, over $2,000 in sponsorships. It's a lot of work, as we're a small team. And I think one of the biggest things I wanted to make an impact in the community about was with the small businesses, and getting the Better Business Bureau in there, getting them to other organizations that they can collab with, so they can showcase, hey, we are legit. We have great products. We have great service. Our service has been tested. our service not only been tested, but by the customers, but also by professionals where they kind of give their own testimonies. Like, yeah, as someone that's done this over 10, 20 odd years, this is the people you need to go to.
Yeah. And you're a young businessman and you're learning, as Evie does, and you learn every day. And something you can learn from somebody like myself that's been paying attention from the day I started working. Um, you got to pay attention to who you're working with, what your brand is, how you're sharing. So you worked at a chamber. So I've come back to Richmond. I'm not from here, so I'm very direct. I'm from New Jersey, you can tell. And I'm a very direct. I don't pull any
You Yankees
punches.
fan?
Yeah, what's
Oh,
that?
You Yankees fan?
I'm sorry.
Yankees
Yankees
you're-
fan.
yeah.
Derek Jeter was my client.
Oh.
How about that?
All right.
Every year, I've been for 3 years in a row. Yeah, it's a car dealer in New Jersey.
wow.
And when he started, so yeah, I'm a Yankees guy because of Derek, obviously.
Okay.
But super guy. He won't take my call anymore, but he used to when he wanted a free car. But he don't need a free car anymore. He can afford whatever he wants.
I'll tell you what, I'll talk to I got a lot of baseball connects.
You give me the Derek Jeter, man. I'll give you another podcast,
I
no
can
charge.
we can have that
Yeah.
guy, man.
Oh God. So he's an amazing guy. But anyway, so in the marketplace, we're a nonprofit, right? We should play well with all nonprofits. Chamber of Commerce, you work for Chamber of Commerce. I don't know what you think about them and whatever, and even what their job is, but they seem to have talking heads every single month at a luncheon. You spend money to join them, you spend money to go to eat, you spend money to get dressed up in a black tie. You're each giving each other awards like your superhero businesses back and forth. I don't get it. And I'm a member of the chambers here, and I've been a member in the car dealership. I seriously was a member. They don't like us. It doesn't seem. It doesn't seem like we collaborate. Like you use the word. There's something called in unison. There's economic development, Greater Richmond Partnership, Venture Richmond, tourism, Richmond Tourism. And I consistently see council of CEOs, which I'm a member. I spend $3,500 a year. You think I'm involved a little bit.
Right.
And they don't open the door. I don't know if they all think we're competing for the same dollar. We're unique. We're a one-of-kind brand.
Right.
So all your clients, the next 10 years, 20 years, I encourage you to lead with the BBB brand. You can be a member of a chamber. You can do everything. We can work together. But our brand is one of a kind.
Right. Yeah.
Period. And nobody can duplicate it.
Yeah,
And we talked about earlier is unison, right? Like, there are different chambers, and God bless them, they all have their own business model, right? And I think, in my opinion, the BBB branding is just bigger. I mean, you have one unison brand as opposed to there are other different chambers. Now, there are some chambers and that really don't do much. They really don't do much to help the community. And then that's when the Better Business Bureau steps in those regions and
we partner with them.
Yeah.
Goochland, Powhatan, we partner. They love that. I'm going to do one down in Colonial Heights now. There's a new one because I want to work in Petersburg. I want to help. I got 42 counties. So we're at 13 minutes. So we got to, what's one more thing people should know about you? And what kind of clients are you looking for and how do they contact you?
So one thing you should know about me, I'm a big sports guy. So it seems that everybody is I've run into the past especially all of 2024 is I was like, hey, I used to play baseball here, I used to play baseball there. So I'm a big baseball person. I still play. We have another league here, the VCBL. It's a minority.
Wow,
you talk about hundreds of people come out of these
serious
games.
players.
And here's the kickers. They are a majority of Black baseball players, and we need a business model, and we're working on that, and it's growing. So I'm involved with a lot of nonprofits in the area with helping them attain their goals. To end the stigma, helps Caritas. I try to actually start my own 501 as well, because I do a lot of things in the community to help raise money for scholarships. Because the biggest thing with my story is a lot of my love comes from because I didn't attain scholarship when I was in college. I was a walk-on at a D1 college, and there were some kids being put on scholarship. You talk to Claudel about that. And there were some kids being put on scholarship that they weren't branding the school, they weren't promoting the program, they showed up late to study hall, sometimes showed up late to practice and didn't play much in the games. It's all the business. And I think that's where a lot of kids are starting to learn the business a little bit. That's a whole nother conversation. But I would say like the different, so yeah, we're, again, my company is MG Studios LLC. We are a creative marketing agency. We do business development. I have some big ideas, by the way, on because I actually have a full-on proof, 40-page business plan of a esports and sports betting bar, and I couldn't do it because you had to be 25 years or older to start that type of business in Virginia, and at the time I was only like 23, I think it was 2016. Wrote a 40-page business plan. And then was it 3 years later in 2019 or 2018, then sports betting became legal. I was like, oh my God, come
There you
on.
go. You're ahead, yeah.
I was onto something, so we're still working on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, business development, building website development, creative social media management, content creation, event planning, which is the biggest thing we're doing now, and just communication strategy, internal and externally. And then you can also reach me at www.mgstudiosllc.com, or find me on LinkedIn, Instagram. My Instagram, I prefer you reach out to my personal one because I like to establish that connection with you off the jump. It's MG_B23 to keep it short and simple.
Yeah. Good lesson in marketing.
Yeah.
My parents should have learned that lesson.
And I'm still trying to teach my parents how to use Roku TV, so it's okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I got it down. I just bought that. No, wait, just got rid of the Comcast, yeah. But anyway, we're gonna post this up on our sites. Make sure you follow us from there, tag people. We'll tag you reciprocally. Can't say the word, but you know what I mean. But you got a big presentation for the man. On video.
On
Give him
video.
a presentation.
I do. I have the gift cards that we owe you. And these you can use as you please, but also in addition to that, you do get a free hour to do with as you please in the podcast studio.
Oh wow. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
You're
you.
gonna come up with a name for your new show.
Yeah.
And make it a show about yourself, where you can leave it on our platform, or you go to rss.com or wherever, $15 a month, and you put it up on your own app. And you just use our studio. That's $150 Wawa gift cards. I got 3 of them, so in case you lose one, you still got the other 2.
Need some coffee for all the late
You
nights.
got a lot of coffee.
Yes.
Some coffee for the late nights.
Evie's a killer here. So glad you can wrap us up.
All right, everyone listening, please make sure to follow us on Spotify and share this audio out for anybody that wants to listen and learn about businesses. And in addition to that, if you are watching on YouTube, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. It really helps the algorithm out. Thank you.
For this man right here.
Hey, thank you.
All right.
Nice meeting you
Nice
today.
to
Thank
meet
you
you.
for coming in.